So I'm parked along the fence of Hills of Eternity Memorial Park. That I'm gonna go now and explore, because in one of these graves lays the body of Wyatt Earp and his wife. Yep, Wyatt Earp, known from Tombstone and OK Corral fight. That's the entrance to the cemetery, and immediately on the left side is a Jewish section. You can see Star of David on every grave. One of these graves is the grave of Wyatt Earp, Wild West legend, participant in the fight at the OK Corral, Tombstone, Arizona. Wyatt Earp is buried here alongside with his wife Josephine. He was married 3 times, and Josephine is his last wife. Wyatt Earp is not Jewish, but Josephine was. In 1944 she died, and they're buried here together. Wyatt died earlier, and he was cremated in Los Angeles and then transferred here to Colma. How am I gonna find it? Go between all these rows. You can see that this first section, it's older tombstones, and I assume they may be somewhere here in the first half.
Okay. Got it?
Yep. Thank you. Huh. I found it, but I wouldn't without the help of a gardener. He gave me a ride even. There it is. Earp, Wyatt, Josephine, Sarah, Marcus. She's from a Marcus Jewish family, and that's why he's buried here. The tombstone read that nothing so sacred as honor and nothing so loyal as love. I mean, from my teenage years, just watching movies like Gunfight at OK Corral, and also while I was growing up, there were short stories, novels, little novels on Wyatt Earp, you know, monthly coming out. It's amazing that some of them were written while he was alive, because he was Wild West legend, and there was a writer that was writing those stories while Wyatt Earp is alive. We know him as a sheriff in Dodge City, and then later he and his brothers moved to Tombstone, where they bought some, I think it was called the Oriental, the saloon. They were gambling and also keeping the order. Sheriff and his brothers, deputies. You know the story from Gunfight at OK Corral with Clayton brothers, I think. Clinton, something like that. Clayton, Ike Clayton, I think.
Oh God! The fight's coming! Get the fighter! Get away! I got you now, lugger.
Flies away. Today is if you do.
Couple of Earp brothers were shot. Earp never in his life got any gun wounds, even he was in many fights and situations. Later he moved to San Diego, got some real estate properties there and some saloons, again gambling and saloon business in current today's San Diego gas lamp quarter, where all the nightlife is. Then he moved to LA, Nevada, some mining. He did a lot of mining, and that's how he died. I think he died in Nevada. He was cremated in LA and then moved here and buried. Later his wife died. She lived another 15 years after him. I'm so happy I found this. So, if you want to visit Wyatt Earp's grave, follow these instructions and a map. It's really precise. I wouldn't find it without this gardener. So, follow this map, it's really good, and you're gonna find it easy. Have a selfie with Wyatt. So here, this is C. Meyer, and I think this is the section, like the street name, B1. Down for the end of this, call it street, see that there's a BH levee, and what are we looking is for that black tombstone.